Hi, not Billy Mays here with an amazing new product to sell to you assholes. It's the Transformers Velocitron 500 Scourge. In regular English, what's good YouTube land? I've been watching a lot of you know what's, but yes, I finally found one. Unfortunately, whoa, couldn't find them in store. Had to go to Geeked Out. Now this is almost a week old, but the one in the Velocitron 500 I've been excited about the most. R.I.D. Scourge. Almost. We'll get to that. But check out this very nice leader class box. It's got dynamic pictures. His name. The Robots in Disguise 2000 universe. Not to be confused with R.I.D. 2015. God, we need some new names. Robots in Disguise, More Than Meets the Eye, Cyberverse. We just need some new lingo. Here are the side pictures of the box. Do. Let's get onto the figure. And we'll talk. Let's get right out of the way what everyone says is the main problem with this figure. That it only almost looks like Scourge. Now, if you're not familiar with R.I.D. 2000, don't worry, it's probably one of the most easily forgotten Transformers cartoons because it happens in the middle of the Beast Wars ending, Beast Machines ending, and then the Unicron trilogy starting with Armada. It's almost a complete throwaway season. At least it was intended to be. But I definitely think it's reached that pop culture fan favorite status because of a lot of cool characters, including one awesome Nemesis Prime, who didn't actually get called Nemesis Prime. Well, he did in Japan. He was Nemesis Prime. But over here, he was Destructicon Scourge, the leader of the Decepticons, because Megatron was still technically a Predacon. He was a dragon thing. But yes, even I talked about it the moment this thing got announced, all the way back in, was it December, maybe? October of last year? A year ago, maybe. The only problem that this Scourge has is the chest. If you're unfamiliar, this is what the original toy looked like. See, 90%, the colors are in the right spots, but the chest windows and the shoulder pad and these parts of the shoulder pads are the only tiniest things that are wrong, even if we go by his animation model, which is heavily based on the toy, if you couldn't tell. It's still like 90%. It's the only that and the translucent pink. Although there are some toy Scourges, and you can kind of see on the animation model in one corner, that did have translucent pink, but not nearly as much as a focal point as this toy does. But you know what? Pink isn't a bad thing. Let's actually take this toy for what it is, shall we? Instead of what it should be. And yes, if you are so mad about the chest, I'm pretty sure there are already third-party kits to change these panels. These panels can probably pop off easily and change this chest panel to more look like the character. But this is the one I have. This is the one I'm reviewing. We're going to take it at face value and talk about that pretty big hunk of kibble back there. It's almost kibble. It is brazenly character accurate. Like if you look at his model, he does have the top of his truck on his back, because these windows despite what the designer said of trying to match them to the truck windows, they're not supposed to be the truck windows. They're supposed to be a fake out. Like, even though he is based heavily on Optimus Prime, because in the show, Megatron used, I don't know, was it the Spark of Creation, and used Optimus Prime on a tanker truck, and this well, the Scourge is what happened. Like, it's not supposed to be this part transformed into this, and yet here I am saying take the figure at face value, but exactly I'm doing the opposite. Let's move on. I wasn't a big fan of the G2 laser Optimus when it got revealed, because I think I'm tired of Optimus Prime, but I'm a sucker for black and pink, if you couldn't tell already. Even though Bret Hart isn't my favorite wrestler, because I didn't grow up. If I actually grew up watching Bret Hart, he probably would be my favorite wrestler. Oh, Canada. But yes, this figure, more importantly, the reason I bought this figure is because I don't have any Nemesis Prime in my collection, which is a weird. Like, the closest I have previous to this was this Legends class Menasor black repaint that I bought off eBay for some reason, because it was very cheap and it has a Menasword, but it's just a straight. I don't know if I ever did a review of this. Straight black repaint of Reveal the Shield Optimus Prime with purple to say, hey, it's actually Menasor. And it's okay. It's Legends class at Reveal the Shield, which was, I want to say 2015-esque. That sort of generations before before the Thrilling 30. And, you know, it's fine for what it is. It's definitely not the Legends we know now, core class. It's got a cool ab crunch, and that's literally the only interesting thing I can say about it. It's it's a tiny black Optimus Prime that's not Optimus Prime. It transforms in like 2 steps, maybe 3 steps. I'm never going to do a proper review of this thing, so it's a black Optimus with purple windows. There you go. And a sweet sword that you can sort of plug into a blast effect port. That's cool, right? Is this cool? All right. We'll do a comparison again, because this guy is almost using the exact same legs as good old Earthrise OP, although they've had definitely some modifications, especially in the back. They've taken out the hood, the vents on his shins, and they've left the backs of his legs sort of hollow. But other than that, this is still a very solid toy, even with the very heavily redone transformation for the top half. Like, I kind of like what they did with it, but it also feels a bit finicky. What isn't finicky is that beautiful head sculpt. Toy accurate, character accurate, but goddamn am I a sucker for some hot pink light piping. Oh. And if these pink shoulder stacks bug you, they are completely disassemblable, and I've seen people swap them out with the regular Laser Optimus, which looks even, I don't want to say better because I love pink, but like, I'd say a bit more character accurate. I'm also loving that pink windscreen and the pink windscreen. That is some very nice pink plastic, I guess. Um, One curious bit of design. Now, that's not the G2 symbol. That's actually the R.I.D symbol for the Destructicons, which is that upside down? I can't really tell. Because even his toy or animation model, no wait, you can see his toy model had regular Decepticon symbols right there, one on each shoulder, but his animation model did not. Well, didn't mean to do. So it's either the G2. Oh no, that's the G2 G2 Autobot symbol upside down. That actually makes sense for R.I.D. Decepticons, which were called Destructicons, I believe, in the Japanese dub, which was just called Transformers Car Robots. What a creative name, right? Armada was Micron Legend. Cybertron was Galaxy Force. Energon was Power Links, I think. I don't remember, but yeah, car robots. What else do we talk about the toy? Well, just like the reveal the shield I was talking about, he's got open hands, which is interesting. They're on ball joints, but because of the panels are so closed, you can only get a swivel here. Also, articulation. Let's go into it. Head is on a ball joint. Nice range. Although if you go backwards, it untabs his neck panel. You can get that much range. A little side to side, ear to shoulder, head up and down, rotation backwards, rotation forward. Okay. My one little nitpick, because I have to do that as a toy reviewer. The shoulder starts here, which is very nicely ratcheted forward and backwards. But like it feels like the shoulder pad should be moving with the arm. It looks like the arm should start here, and then the shoulder pad should go backwards. It only hinges up for the transformation and hinges over. But like that was my initial issue with the Laser Optimus design. It makes his arms like feel incredibly stumpy and also feel like they should start here and that this should be moving forward and backwards. I I would have to actually watch Scourge in action again and rewatch R.I.D. to see if he actually moved the shoulder pad. I mean, with that design, it looks like he probably wouldn't. Okay. And another unfortunate design flaw with this guy, when his arms are stock still, he looks very meek and timid. Something Scourge definitely is not. But the outward motion, while on a nice ratchet, is a bit frustrating. Like you can see, especially this one doesn't want to stay here. It wants to spring back down because the ratchet is like right there. So it's either all the way out, which is like that. You can kind of bring it back with some dynamic posing, but it doesn't really have that strong feel. Anyway, the biceps are on a swivel. The elbow can bend 90 degrees. We've got an uninhibited waist swivel. Hips, nice and free, can go all the way back to his backpack. They can go out, super far with a full Van Damme split nation. Thigh swivel, very nice. Deep, slightly beyond 90-degree knees. And you got an ankle hinge with a bit of a toe bend thanks to transformation. So he's, posability wise, he's definitely like got everything you expect. I wish he had opening hands. I understand they wouldn't do that with like a articulated hands, I should say, with the opening hand. But that's just kind of what you expect for a leader price point at now in the year of our Lord 2022. We have other things to fill out the leader price point. First up are his accessories. And they're just more happy because goddamn pink sword. Yes, please. Thank you very much. You can fit it in his hand, although it does have that little notch on the handle to prevent it from going that way. So you kind of have to, it only goes one way. And if you want it to go all the way through his hand, you kind of have to put the hand guard sideways, which doesn't look good. So I prefer to just keep it in his hand. And he is actually surprisingly good at dynamic sword poses. His articulation works well. He can hold it. He can. You can kind of do an I have the power. Although this would be the reverse of that. So no, I think he still has the power. What would be the evil version of that, though? I know. Kill, kill, murder, stab, kill. And if you want, you can't really store it in his back because it doesn't have a peg on the handguard. Bit of an oversight. It does have a peg for blast effects on the handle, which doesn't make sense. Where's a blast effect? Oh. Yep, you can hit. That looks very dumb. And you can also plug it in the bottom of his hand. So, do I have? I remember. What was I? Oh, hold on. Yes, there it is. So you can take this. Let's slot it in his hand first. Plug in the blast effects. Just like Lade tells us to do. And there. He's got a lightsaber. He's got a Darth Maul-esque lightsaber. Made one red lightsaber blade and one Kylo Ren-esque exploding orange lightsaber blade. That's cool, right? That's something. All right, moving on. Let's get this back normally. You also have this kind of dumb, maybe axe, maybe shield thing, which you can fold up and also not use as a proper shield because he doesn't have ports on his forearms? Really? Like, I guess it's kind of a lame axe weapon if you want to use your imagination. It doesn't really look like an axe. It kind of looks like an axe head. like a double-bladed axe head, but that's very dumb, I'd say. What's also equally as dumb, you can combine it with the sword. So make sure it's lined up properly. And he has now a big fucking weapon. Like, how does this improve on the sword? I don't know. But there. It will pretend it's a laser gun. And also, this is way too much stress on translucent plastic. I am definitely worried it won't survive. Because the stress from the sword stuck in there, I'm worried that will break. I really don't want to. It's a leftover from the Laser Optimus. I get it. But I'm much more happy to keep the sword in his hand, accurate to his design, and shove this axe in the included trailer. Yes, he does in fact come with a trailer. A tanker trailer. A tank. Because he's a tanker truck. So we'll talk about this in his alt mode. But yeah, no. We'll talk about everything this can do in the alt mode. But to get there, we gotta transform this guy, so in a bit. One cheeky ad break later. We'll be right back. A couple of action features I forgot. You can plug some blast effect parts into any of his 5mm ports on his back. Well, I don't know, is Megatron stabbing him in the back? Shooting him in the back? I don't know. Or the 5mm ports on his shoulders. There you go. Also, you can open the shoulders for pink missile spam. God, gender reveal parties are getting insane. Or he's just celebrating Pride. Who knows? But anyone who's seen a Godzilla movie knows those are useless. And they're also on the box art. And furthermore, he can open up his chest to reveal the pinkest matrix I've ever seen, which is also kind of quite finicky to get out. But it's just a solid lump of pink translucent plastic with weirdly a 5mm port in the back of it. So, I don't know. Is this the matrix of pink? Is this what we were trying to prevent when Kimberly tried to get her powers in the past? The pink matrix overloading? Actually, you can't really fit a blast effect peg in that. It doesn't quite fit. It's not quite deep enough. But can you shove it in his hands? Sort of. He doesn't quite have the dynamic reach for it. Let's see if we can force some kind of pose out of him. A little bit awkward. I guess he's lighting our pinkest hour. Okay. Nope. It's almost. There. That's the closest I'm going to get. Alright, let's move on quickly to the alt mode. Right. The funniest thing I think is if you look at the top, it still looks like he's a truck. Like the cab there, and so he's barely transformed, and yet still the transformation is a tiny bit finicky. So we'll start at the legs because they're the easiest. Plug them together, fold up the feet, fold up these panels. These will actually be useful. We'll rotate the legs for now, and we can flip out the half gas canisters. The halfister? No, that's gas canister. There's something there. But we'll come to the hands, open them up, fold them in, close them back. The same thing. Close. And then here's where I guess it gets interesting. We're going to pop open this, close that panel that I probably didn't even mention, but it's there for some reason. I kind of completely forget. I'm going to fold his head all the way back. So yes, he's looking up in the vehicle mode. You go, hello! Staring up at the sky. We're going to separate the shoulders out. Just leave them there for right now. Have to pull up the whole, not just the matrix chamber, but his fake grill as well. And we have to come to the shoulders, fold them back at the same time. You're folding down these panels all the way and folding the arms all the way so they're inside the roof of the truck. And then you can rotate the bicep all the way. And then you have to make sure that those little teeth right there. Can you see it? This little bit is straight. So when you unhinge that part and rotate it around, it has a smooth motion, which you can then hinge down. And we'll put the truck nose in position, pick it together, and you can basically have a Gur truck if you want to. Oh, come on, where are you? Fold the canopy down. There you go. A Gur walk mode. Derp, 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 derp. And then we'll fold the feet back up. We'll hinge there and make sure these bits that are the arms are folded straight back. Fold the legs up. Make sure these panels are tabbed in, and the arms will peg into those panels right there. And everything is in place. Yep. And this is your G2 Laser Optimus / R.I.D. Scourge in his truck mode. And yeah, that is an interesting transformation. It certainly fits the Optimus sort of boring legs. Oh, God, that's a major gap right there. I see you. But the I don't want to say finickiness of it, kind of. Because, like, it does sort of revolve around you moving the arms and the chest panel in a certain order. But that fold to get the legs in the right position is very nice. And from underneath, you can kind of hardly tell where the upper torso of the robot is. Although, unfortunately, his thighs are very visible. I also respect that going the other way, these panels that could easily become kibble are actually incorporated into the robot mode, sort of bulking out the chest a little bit. That's a nice touch. And it makes me kind of wish that these gray pieces were painted black to sort of continue that illusion of the solid line of black, because it's a very small nitpick, but it does kind of break up that illusion slightly. Although very nice use of arms, they don't look like robot arms at all. They're just a little bit of extra hanging out the back of a truck. But the main thing is the nose, the long nose truck of it, which is very nice. I still love that pink windscreen. Reminds me of Power of the Prime's Battle Trap. Yeah, Battle Trap. His vehicle, his car half, with those nice pink windscreens. And the metallic blue is a nice highlight to all the sleek black. So as for features, it's a truck. It has a hole for a trailer and a hole on top. Some holes on the sides. It's kind of a shame his regular accessories have kind of terrible weapon storage that I'm not a fan of. So to take the sword, you have to plug it into those slots right above those ports. And I'm not a fan of that because look at the force, look at the bend you're putting on that translucent piece of plastic. I don't like that at all. It's gonna break. But it does sort of deal with the truck hole. Never mind. This thing, however, it apparently can plug in to those ports right there. Sort of plug in. That's really lame. And B, it hinders it hinders attaching the tanker. Like, you can't plug the tanker in at the shield at the same time. So what I like to do is say fuck you to this. Fuck you. And shove it inside there. And now you have proper tanker truck with articulation. That totally counts as truck articulation. All right, I'm going to remove the sword from underneath, but let's get a couple size comparisons. Here's Menasor. Here's Earthrise Optimus. You can tell, just, yeah. Although, I definitely think this thing incorporates the arms better. Kinda. Yeah. I have Siege Prime sitting somewhere. And here's comparison between the G1 and the G2. Yeah. And like, here's G2 Sideswipe, because I apparently keep G2 Sideswipe in the shoved in this trailer. Although it doesn't really fit very well. You can't really close it properly, but like, hey, it's in there. Kind of bursting at the seams, but it's in there. And I keep his weapon. I don't have the rest of the whatever from that set. We're not quite done yet, because we have one other feature that this oil tanker can pull off. And besides the fact that there's tons of detail on there, it can subtly, I guess, transform into a base. Well, no, a murder death station. Yep, there you go. That's it. You do get a swiveling swivel gun, which can actually come off. And you can actually give as a third accessory to Mr. Evil Truck here. Mr. Big Rig. So he does technically have a gun. If you want to, like, you can plug it in places. There's a port on the back. It also kind of looks like it has a manhole cover on it, like somebody would actually be operating this gun. But, you know, if you wanted to give it to him in his robot mode, you can do that. It looks a bit puny. I think he needs a bigger gun. And I wish he had a way to use this claw thing. I don't really get the point of this, but you know, it's a feature. It's it's here. You got even more molded in detail like that. So much. And you know, it's got a swivel. The turret does have a swivel, but it's nowhere near the fun of the original, which was chrome and had a proper firing disc launcher and spring-loaded stuff. But this just has some weapon ports. You can plug a sword somewhere. Like, you can plug the shield somewhere as well. But I'm just going to close it up and say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. With each other. Hey. Time to learn to laugh and play. And get along with each other. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember Arthur? I'm probably singing the song horribly, but you know. As a package for liter price, 80 to 100. You know, I can't say I'm dissatisfied with it. And probably, let's see, you can. Oh, ooh, you're gonna have to remove the gun if you want to give it to Earthrise Optimus. But, you know, you can pull the oil tanker, or I guess the Energon tanker. If you want to be in universe, he's probably an Energon. He's probably carrying. Hopefully, he's carrying Energon, because the Predacons are going to need it. Yeah. This was the one I was looking forward to the most, and I'm definitely satisfied. It had even more pink to your pink. I have a pink soda. Also, on a side note, on a tangent, I never expected watermelon soda to actually be good. Kind of got that artificial watermelon, but like not in a bad way, not in an overpowering way. Just like oh, I did not expect it. Like, anyway, pink, yay, pink. But wait, there's no more. Yes. I recommend this guy. If you're a fan of the character, if you wanted to get your hands on the Laser Optimus but decided to pass over, you still want to get your hands on the mold, it's good. It's good. Always Optimus Prime is always good. It's just he's in every toy line, he's in freaking everywhere, so it's just, you get a bit tired of Optimus Prime. As much as he is the quintessential Autobot heroic leader. Sometimes you just want a gnarly black and pink version. And to that, I say Scourge! So, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And I promise Billy Mays will not be back anytime soon. Anyway, I'm gonna go probably watch more of those videos. Keep it weird. And also keep it off. keep it black and pink. I don't even know what that means, but I've said it now. Bye.